Alright guys, today we're going to be wrapping the car. What color? Stay tuned to find out. Our first step is going to be prepping the roof here because it is pretty bad. So we're going to have to sand it down to pretty much bare metal. And then we're going to put some primer on it. And we're going to get this ready for wrap. And we're going to get the hood ready for wrap. And we're also going to do the wing there. Alright, we're back with it. The phone died during the time lapse there. But got this all sanded. It's nice and smooth now. So it doesn't look like it, but it's smooth to the touch, so that's pretty much all we need. So we're gonna take it outside, give it a nice little wash. I'm on TikTok Live there. Get a nice wash, we're gonna put a little primer on it, and then we should be good to wrap it. But look how sad this thing looks with all this dust. So dusty. Mom came out here and gave me a little thing. Says Mom loves you. All right, it's the next day. You see it's nice and sunny out. We got all this nice and cleaned. I washed it off last night, and so I let it overnight dry. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start taping everything off, and then I'm gonna put a coat of primer on there. We're gonna flatten this all out with a nice coat of primer so that way there's no bare metal or anything like that. And then we're gonna start wrapping. Good thing about wrapping the roof is it's gonna make the whole car look better. Bad thing is it's gonna make this stand out even worse. So now you can actually see where this part, like see how this is nice and then that part's bad. I'm gonna have to repaint this whole part right here. And then we also kind of nicked in a little bit right there. We got one can of primer here, and then I got another like partial can here. So hoping that that's enough just to get a nice little coat on there to clear it out. Eventually I am going to paint match it to orange, but I don't want to spend $150 on paint right now because that's how much the paint matched color costs for this car. Because you know, rare car color, gotta be expensive. So I'm gonna put some primer on here to get it prepped, and then we're gonna put the wrap on there, and then I'll keep the wrap on there for a little while and eventually paint it back to this orange. But I'm gonna go ahead and get that primer on there now, so that way we're ready to get that going. So first off, we gotta tape everything off, and then we'll be to that. All right, and just like that, we got this thing wrapped up like one of those billionaire cars in a bubble. It's not quite the same, but I'm gonna go back through. I'm gonna get some better tape, but this got most of the plastic up. I ripped a little hole in there, so I put a piece of tape over that. But this got the most of it blocked up and ready to go. So that way we don't have to worry about getting overspray on everything. Just gonna do a second layer and get all these rubber trims covered. Good thing was these are able to pop out here, so that wasn't too bad. But I'm gonna tape up all this and all that, and then we should be good to start spraying some filler and primer. Get it all sanded out, flatten, make it look good. And when that's all done, we'll wrap it. All right, got all the rubber trim all in there and nice and neat. No, wait, do you hear that? It sounds like a time lapse. There we go. Got all the paper off. That's a wet spot. I just had to patch up a little bit. But got it looking pretty decent right there. It's nice and flat. So now all we gotta do is start putting the wrap on. Alright, well, we got that all pretty on there. Good. You can tell that the roof has some dents in it. Definitely lots of dents. And there's not really any air bubbles in here, but you can see where the primer wasn't completely flat. So it's like, almost looks like little sparkles. But we did make sure to get all the edges nice and neat. So, still a 10-foot car. And then I also got the wing on here now. So we got that on. Got this nice and neat. We might have to redo this one. This corner was a little too short right here. But, so we might have to do this piece again. And then we're gonna do the roof next. Or not the roof, the hood. We're gonna get that done, and then we're gonna start putting trim pieces back on, and then do that last bit again, maybe. I don't know, we'll see what it looks like. First step to doing the hood here, we gotta take this grill out. Oh, I just got dribbled on. Gotta take the grill out. Gotta take these little windshield wiper fluid out, and then we gotta clean it real good. Alright, we got our windshield wiper sprayers out, and our grill out. There's actually just like a little clip there, clip there, clip there, clip there, and clip there. So now what we're gonna do is give it a nice little clean, and we'll be ready. Alright, just like that, we got it all cleaned up. Wait, you hear? Wait, I think I hear some more time-lapse music. Yo! It's only 4:03 in the morning. Realized that my phone died during the time lapse, but we got this whole part done right here, and then I got the front of it pulled up. And what's kind of annoying is you can't really tell in the time lapse, but you see all those bumps right there. That's because when I was doing this, it peeled all the paint on the hood right there and right here. So it's like all these bumps right here, it's all paint chips from the wrap pulling the paint off the hood. So that's a little frustrating, but pretty much all I gotta do now is just finish tucking all this right here. I got to right here, and I actually got this whole entire piece in one piece, and then I had to cut a little slit right here to get the extra out. I don't know if you can even see it. Yeah, you can kind of see it. But not 100% happy with it, but it's pretty decent. I'm kind of annoyed that it's so scratched. I don't know if you can't even see it on the camera. Yeah, a little bit. It's a little scratched, but that's not too big of a deal. What's really annoying is that. because that shows up pretty good in the sun. That's where the paint peeled up while we were wrapping it, so that's kind of annoying. But let me get that side looking a little bit more like this side, and then we'll be back. I think I like it. The sparkle is pretty nice. That's kind of weird that it might not match with the orange very well, but it's going pretty good. Current time is 4:47. Evan's asleep on the couch. I think I'm going to call that it for the night, and then we'll be back at it in the morning to get the trim pieces back on. I think I'm going to put the rails from that one onto this one, so I got a roof rack on it now. Shoo! So it's daylight now. We pulled it out in the sun for a little bit, let it get some heat, and I guess we didn't heat treat the top enough, so there's a bunch of bubbles in the top, so we had to go through with a needle, poke some of them, and then re-stretch some of the corners. But overall, not 100% happy with it, but you know, for the first time, never done it before, not terrible. I think it definitely could look worse. It's got some water drops on it now because it just started raining. But I'm a little annoyed that the paint on the hood peeled up right here. So it did that on both sides of the hood. So you can see in the light right there, both sides of the hood, there's like all these bumps right here because when we were wrapping it, it peeled all the paint up on the hood. And then you can see like every single little dent in the hood. Didn't realize the roof. Didn't realize the roof was this dented. See if we can focus on it for you. Focus. You can kind of see there's just, doesn't really translate well on here because it keeps trying to autofocus, but there's just all kinds of dents and stuff. Looks pretty good on camera, but in person I'm a little annoyed about it, but I think it's alright for our first time. There's a big dent right there. So we're gonna get these trim pieces on, and then we're gonna try to see if we get this wing wrapped, and we'll show you guys the final product. The hood, the roof, and the wing wrapped and mounted. What do you say, Evan? Gotta get those viewpoints. Well, we'll get some shots in the morning, but that should be pretty much it. So it took us from about 6 o'clock yesterday till 4 in the morning. So that was or 5 in the morning, I should say. So that took us about 10 hours there. And then we started today around 1 o'clock, and now it's 10 o'clock. So solid 2-day job. Not too bad, but we'll get some clips in the daylight, let you guys see what it's gonna look like. Got that wing on there, got the roof rails. Alright, so now it's morning, and we got her out in the sun. Definitely feeling a lot better about it now that it's out in the sun and looking nice. Look at that sparkle. And the wing actually looks pretty decent too. Makes the bad paint on the top of the car right there look even worse now, so now I gotta get that fixed next. What do you guys think? I think I need me a set of wheels is what I need. Something. Get rid of that dunk in there. Yeah, sparkly it is though. There we go. Went through and got all the bubbles I can see. They're looking pretty good. You definitely can tell in person. Yeah, you can kind of see it right there. In person, you definitely tell there's some dents in the roof now. Whereas before the roof was so bad you couldn't tell. But now that the roof's actually clean, yeah, there you go, now you can see. Now that the roof's actually clean, you can actually see all the dents in the roof. So whenever I go to rewrap or do something, I'm gonna have to do some filler and do a bunch of sanding to get everything looking nice. But overall, I'm feeling a lot better about it now that it's out and sunny. So I'll give you guys an update later. And the next few videos, I'll be giving little updates on it, seeing how it's doing. But for that, I should have it. And if you want to see any more videos or have anything, leave them in the comments and I'll try to get to them. Or I can give you a little video on how I did these roof racks and everything like that. These are pretty simple to put on. The wing, any little thing like that, and I'll try to see if I can get to it for you. Thank you guys.